man.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the Bama Standard, and we are brought to you by Michael Petyak of Oakmont Financial Partners, member of Advisory Board Services Network, LLC, and Workspace Solutions. You already know who we are, and we're going to go ahead and just jump right on it tonight. Our guest tonight is one of the best running backs to ever tote the ball at the University of Alabama, 1992 National Championship winner, Mr. Derrick Lassic. What up, Derrick?
What's up, Dave?
And two-time All-American.
You can let your sleeves breathe, Derrick. You didn't have to pull all the thread out of your sleeve.
Well, this is my roll around shirt in the house. You know.
Hey, look, he pulled out every piece of thread out them sleeves to tighten them up.
No, man, I ain't got no thread out of sleeves. You know, I've been doing curls. That's all I can do. My foot's messed up, so I've been doing curls by the side of the bed.
What you tell him? I need a large shirt with small sleeves.
Don't even start. You do not need to even start. I'm surprised you don't have a cutoff shirt right now showing everything just because Derrick's on here. But anyway, back to the introduction I was given to a two-time All-American DB, Mr. Kevin Jackson. What up?
What's going on, guys?
Kevin, you looking like you're in the witness protection program over there. You look like one of them shows. You like one of them drugs on Nat Geo where they don't really.
Hey man, they ain't have time to get it.
Hey, I know Lassic was like, Kevin, we can't see you.
I know.
We can't
He
call him
got
Kevin
that witness
right
protection profile over there.
Hey,
Well, let's go ahead and jump into constant chaos. I know, Marvin, I know you got plenty you want to talk about tonight. But let's go ahead and
not
turn it over
plenty.
to
Just
you.
one thing in particular. Oh, shit. Now, I'm pretty sure everybody on here, as well as everybody who's watching the game, as well as everybody on the planet, the moment LSU calls, I'm out on fourth down before they punt. Who in the hell didn't know they was finna run? What the heck? I don't even have the words to describe my feelings about this. You see, they call timeout. Yet you still are not prepared for the fate. What the hell? I don't get it. Like, where is the preparation? That further proves my point when I say there's a lack of preparation going on here. Because Kevin, you know, like I know, if a team called timeout before they go punt the ball, we know good and hell where the fake coming. So we finna run some type of safe protection or some type of base defense, something so that we prepare for this fate.
but you go into the game for that reason anyway. Playing LSU, they ain't got nothing to lose anyway. So you go in the game thinking that they finna do something crazy anyway. So I would have been in safe mode, thinking that at that time they finna do something crazy. So I don't know what's going on. Like you said, it's just
it's
crazy.
But KJ, they called timeout, so they telling you even more. I mean,
they are telling
the fact
they telling you that they finna do something crazy.
Yeah, we were in punt safe, and it was just you blame the defense a little bit, but it was a well executed play because I thought
it
was
a great play.
Tim Tebow joint, so that was a heck of a play by the punter. You know,
I would have been in regular defense, me personally. I wouldn't even sit anybody back there to cover the damn punt. They ain't got nothing to lose. And what's the worst that could happen if they punt the ball and nobody's back there? It just gets down. They just called timeout on fourth down. You know what's coming. Again, I'd have been in my base defense. I'd have ran regular defense.
Did anybody know what was coming? I mean, they had 2 weeks off, and it looked like they had no clue and were not prepared whatsoever. The offense looked like they were completely lifeless, like a bunch of zombies just kind of,
hold on,
stumbling around.
time out. Somebody, what? So we had more penalty yards than rushing yards?
We sure did.
6 yards.
Yes.
Derrick,
Sure did.
Mr. Lassic, what do you think about this?
Weigh in.
6 yards rushing. When has Alabama ever had 6 damn yards rushing?
Now, before you answer that question, Derrick, I just want to make sure, y'all, I was on the fake punt. They put me out there.
Listen, man, I could have went out there with these two badass knees and got 6 yards rushing.
Well, I don't know. The way the offense was blocking, it takes, offensive line to get yardage. What I would do this week, outside of that left tackle, we playing Mercer, I wouldn't pass the ball one down. I'd run the ball the whole game and see who won it. Now I'm going to get me 4 or 5 linemen that want to play football.
I'd have been doing that in practice all week. Shit, you talking about a game.
I mean, true.
I've been in full pads every day.
We're playing New Mexico State. I don't want to get you hurt in practice. I want to see who can play game time and stay healthy.
But Derrick, you say get hurt in practice. It don't do no good if we get our asses handed to us next Saturday. You better find out who you got that's a dog right now. Because you got
like Derrick said, we just don't know who our dogs are.
We have I can count 3 right now. I can count 3.
And KJ, the thing about this is Arkansas is not going to be a pushover win.
No, it's not. Arkansas always play us hard.
And then you got to go to Auburn. You got about less than 2 weeks to figure this out. If you don't figure it out, it's going to be some sad souls.
And they right now they happy about the situation. They feel like they feel like they can play with us right now.
It's gonna be some sad souls, but it's gonna be me not checking my emails. I ain't checking that.
I do want to add something regarding the 6 yards rushing. I think it might be just a little misleading because if you look from the second quarter until like the last offensive series in the fourth quarter, B-Rob didn't touch the ball. And what rushing yards we did have were taken away from sacks. So that goes back to Bill O'Brien not rushing the ball. And hell, if they're loading the box, find creative ways to get B-Rob and Roy Dell the ball. You're paid a lot of money to do it. Figure it out.
Time out. If they're loading the box, okay, what's your next best option? You see they're taking a run away. At what point do you begin to run screens and other things that's going to make them slow down what they're doing? You got Jameson Williams, you got Mitchell, you got all these receivers, you got tight ends. There's so many different things you could do to slow down that pass rush and make them stop loading the box. Clearly, none of that happened. Clearly.
Where's number 19? Latu drops too many passes for me. He's gonna drop.
I was about to say that.
I'm trying to see what happened to Billings myself. Like he hadn't caught a ball in 5 weeks.
I'm about to file a missing persons report. What's going on with him?
Hold on. Derrick, let me ask you a question, though, Derrick.
Go ahead.
You're a running back, Derrick. When they're loading the box, what are some of the ways that coaches and players, what should you do to get them to stop loading the box and to slow down that pass rush? Because clearly we didn't do that.
Yeah, obviously screens. Screens are your first option. You can have the back coming out the backfield, throwing quick passes to the back out the backfield. Have him one-on-one with linebackers, roll the pocket. I mean, they should have him rolling away from the blitz. See, when he threw that one touchdown, he rolled out and threw the touchdown. That's what he should have been doing that 1 week. He was standing there as a sitting duck. I said he needs to roll out of the pocket. You gotta move the pocket because he's what you call a mobile quarterback, but you gotta put him in good situations. Roll him sometime. He's athletic enough to roll left and right and get the ball accurately out to the receivers. Help him out. Help the offensive line out because we know they're struggling a little bit.
Help him out because here's the thing you got to realize. Bryce is not that big. How many licks is Bryce really going to take? And all those missed assignments, I mean, I was cringing at the way they were hitting him this past Saturday. All it takes is one hit for him not to get up. And then with that one on that sideline, when they laid into him, I'm like, come on, man. He's not that big. And they're not doing a good job at protecting him. If we played Georgia, I'm just going to call it what it is. Who on our offensive line is going to block 99? Because they're going to move him away from Neal. They're not going to line him up on Evan Neal's side. As a defensive coordinator, I'm not going to put him on Evan Neal's side. I'm going to put him away from Evan Neal and let him tear up everything y'all got moving along with 96. Now, how many licks is Bryce going to take from 99 from Georgia and 96? I ain't going to take too many of them to get up.
And this is where you need to start looking at Doug Marrone. What exactly is he teaching those guys out there? He has them looking like his Jacksonville Jaguar teams. I don't see. So
what you're saying
growth.
is he's teaching them how to shoot dice, not play football.
Well, I mean, I guess that has to be it because it ain't sure as hell ain't blocking.
Look! They ain't even shooting no dice. They ain't rolling no 7s, no 11s, bruh. They ain't even know how to shoot the dice game right.
And
I
I thought
heard about Jacksonville, some of that gambling going on. So all they were doing was shooting craps.
now I did think that when Dalcourt went down, you moving Chris Owens back to his original position, that may help things out. No, everything just got worse, and looks like the offensive line was an accessory to a murder because Bryce was getting killed, like you said.
Yeah. They should have bought a ticket to the game. The offensive line
Listen,
should have bought a ticket to the game because it seemed like they were doing more watching. Playing.
And what I always tell people is we're not a fundamentally sound team. And they don't understand. They say, well, you got to trust Coach. Coach Saban's the greatest ever. I'm not disputing it. But what I'm telling you is with those small mistakes, they lead to big issues. One missed block will lead to Bryce getting his block knocked off and something bad happening. Again, if you're not fundamentally sound, small mistakes lead to huge mess ups. That's the bottom line.
Well, let's not put that in the atmosphere. Bryce.
No, I'm not saying with him. I'm saying in general, even on defense, when the defensive tackle or linebacker is not in their gap, all over the place, what happens? They might be one step away, gone to the house. Wide receiver running wide open. That's been the case all year. Being out of place by one step is costing us points and often putting us in bad situations defensively.
All I'm asking is this right here. Coach Saban put Damian George from Texas at right tackle when Dalcourt got hurt and they moved Chris Owens. My thing here is, when do you go to the freshman J.C. Latham? I've watched so much tape on this kid. It's a freak show. You think Evan Neal's a freak show? J.C. Latham's a freak show. Why do you not put that young man at right tackle and just see? At least just see.
The best recruiting class in college football history. Why isn't any of them playing?
That's what I keep saying.
Playing. Where is the dog at on that team? Who? I mean,
Derrick.
84. I don't know what he's doing off the field, but he sure was killing them during the spring.
Derrick, you look
The
at
dude in the summer was competing against NFL DBs and burning them in the summer.
That's why I say you look at this recruiting class from this past year and the one before it was supposed to be like two of the highest rated recruiting classes ever. So where's the production on the field? Why are they not playing?
Well, you got to ask the question, is there something other than just on the field that doesn't have Saban comfortable with that personnel group? And the people we have on the field, they're there because his hands are tied at the moment. Are they not doing something they're supposed to do?
Man, I
just want to know, is that possibly a consideration here? Because, like you said, man, this recruiting class, they're full of ballers.
Yeah, you look at Ohio State, Georgia, they have freshmen, true freshmen balling. Our system can't be that complicated. If it is, we need to simplify it because obviously it's not working.
I don't think Pete knows the system.
And offensively, I mean, I'm like, where's Latham?
That's what I'm asking. That's literally what I'm asking. Where's Latham? Where's Tommy Brown? Where's Pierce Quick? Where's somebody?
Brockermeyer kid.
Yeah.
Tommy, yeah. See, here's one of the things a lot of people don't realize. This team has been doing this slowly defensively. Offensively, it's been doing this until we lost Sarkisian and Lane. See, Pete's mistakes these past two seasons before this one were covered up by Sarkisian because, again, that man go out there and call a game. He's going to give you 50, 60 points a game. So nobody paid attention to us going up, giving up 20, 30 points a game last year. Nobody paid attention to it the year before that, but I've been telling y'all for the last 2.5, almost 3 years that man is terrible. Have I not, Justin? Listen, man, nobody paid attention to it these past two seasons because of the amount of points Sarkisian was putting up. Now you got Bill O'Brien in here. It's not the same offense. So now you see a lot more of that defense. And also with the offense that Bill O'Brien's running, you see a lot more 3 and outs, which means our defense is on the field even more.
Oh, yeah.
It's a progressive trend that started with Pete. And now that Bill's there, you see it doing this even faster now.
I want to touch on that. None of the previous offensive coordinators unravel what their predecessor did. They actually enhanced what each person did. Now we go from an offense that scored 30 points a game or 30-plus points a game 81% of the time to scoring 20 points against a JV squad.
Yeah. I see no rhythm in the offense. Like when Stark was the offensive coordinator, you felt the rhythm of the offense. Okay, yeah, we're gonna do this. We're doing this. We mixing. he had a beat to him. With Bill O'Brien, it's like, oh, let's see if this will work. Let's see if that'll work. You know, he has no rhythm. He doesn't
He's
get a feel
throwing
for
stuff
the game.
against the wall.
Yeah, exactly.
He literally throwing.
I'll tell you one thing that didn't work: Slade Bolden and the Wildcat.
That was the worst call I've ever seen. What the hell?
I mean, at that point, man, you gotta be creative.
Look, I thought first, did B-Rob die? I thought, where is Jalen Milroe? If you're going to do it, put Jalen Milroe in there.
Yeah, that's stud quarterback. I don't get it. I don't.
Watching Slade run, I feel like he was running in quicksand. My God.
Yeah, he does run in quicksand, but he made a hell of a catch.
I don't know, man. I don't see any kind of creativity whatsoever from Bill O'Brien. It's like he's banking on go routes from Jameson Williams and
all right, just
John Mechie.
Let's look at something here. Let's look at this objectively. If you look at what Sarkisian did, you look at what Lane did. They both utilized the screen game heavy. They utilized play action heavy. They did things to set plays up. You don't see Bill O'Brien using anything to set things up. How often do you see us run screens?
Not often.
Not often at all now.
Derrick, you can attest to this. As an offense, screens should be your best friend in opening up the deep ball. Right or wrong?
Right, especially if you're being blitzed.
It's not rocket science. If the defense has to respect the screen and check it and go out there, now you got people stepping up, but a little bit slower. Now you can run the post. Now you can run the go to the backside because that safety is got to check for that screen that you're running away from the. Man, listen, it's not rocket science. My God.
I Coach Constant. We hear you.
It's funny that earlier this week, I'm hearing people comparing this to when Lane Kiffin was first there in 2014 and only put up a few points against LSU. You can't compare the two. It's a completely different LSU team. That's a team full of starters and most of them in the NFL. This was second and third string players. You tell them you can't compare the two.
Well, not just that, Justin. You'll get that team in 2014. You had to complete overhaul your offense. You
Guys,
went from all.
Can I ask all a question? This is a serious question.
All right, go ahead.
Why is Bill O'Brien our offensive coordinator? He traded away one of the greatest receivers in the NFL, DeAndre Hopkins.
For a toaster strudel. DeAndre Hopkins, man. For a toaster strudel.
If you're special that you trade DeAndre Hopkins for a bag of Fritos, why is he our offensive coordinator? My God. Clearly he knows nothing about offenses.
Okay.
I would have promised Hugh Freeze the head coaching job. I would have thrown a book at him to come and be the offensive coordinator. That's why I want.
Look, Derrick. I like when you said that because I had two guys that I wanted to be the OC: Freeze or get the boy from Ole Miss, Jeff Levy. I had one of them two.
We got
Freeze there. If we said, listen, hey, Coach Saban, he's got 5 more years on his contract, whatever he has. You the man in line. You can get back on the SEC. Come take this offense coordinator job, but you got to stay here 5 years.
We got a comment from the audience from Samuel Wilkinson. They keep saying freshmen got to earn their spots. You can't keep having Slade on the field and doing what he's doing and not have Leary, Hall, and JoJo on the field more. You need separation.
I don't know how they're going to earn their spot if they don't get an opportunity. You got to put them in the game. Practice is one thing. I'm like Allen Iverson. Practice. You get them in the game. That's what you see who got dog in them, right?
Yeah. I mean, we need to do something because this past week this was ugly. Oh my God,
it wasn't good.
Kevin, we talked about this before we started the show. A lot of people are using the excuse that we're young, we're inexperienced, and whatnot. And we're 9-10 games in. At this point, don't you agree that although they're young, there should be some maturation, should be some growth? What is your take on that?
I think by this time now, it should be everybody should be clicking on all cylinders. We should know where the dog's at. We should know where the playmakers at. And right now, we don't know but one guy on defense on my end, and that's 31, that he's going to show up every day, every game, and he's going to ball. But name another guy that's going to do the same thing.
48 been stepping it up lately.
Yeah, Fedarian Mathis has been
Mathis has.
48.
Mathis has.
Now,
And
outside of those two, you'd be hard pressed to find a third.
I'll say this. I'll say this.
They make a lot of mistakes, but they're gonna make mistakes at 100%. You know,
Who you talking about?
Yeah.
I'll say this. Keep your eyes on 15 Turner. He growing.
That's my next statement, brother.
He's growing.
Dallas Turner looks like that real deal, man.
I'm telling you, Will Anderson, 31, has been pulling 15 to watch film with him. 15 coming. 15 coming.
But we need him to hurry up and come.
He better come on then, because I definitely don't see.
Hey, man, listen,
I'm gonna tell y'all. We need some offensive linemen to come on. We need to let them Rock'em somebody.
You know what else we need very badly, man? We need a middle linebacker.
Pass rush.
We need a middle linebacker because, again,
middle linebacker needs some pass rush.
Is not communicating fast enough and effectively enough. KJ, you know, like I know, you got less than a second to figure this out, depending upon what motions you got. You better know what you got to do, and you better get it out fast. Not only that, he's not going to put his head in there. He's not physical enough to be a middle linebacker. You're a middle linebacker. You got to be ready to take on that guard, that tackle, that fullback. If you got to run through 3 brick walls to get to that ball carrier, that's what you got to do. He's not that physical. He's not. And to play middle linebacker, you got to have a different mindset. If you got to contact, middle linebacker ain't for you. You better every play. Yeah, he's not going to put his head in there like that.
So what's the disconnect then? I mean, why are we having such a hard time bringing the dog out of this particular team? Y'all weren't asked, Derrick, Kevin, to be dogs at all. You and your entire team, each of your squads, y'all were it. I mean, y'all just brought the intensity every single play. It was expected of you, and that's what you did. It was second nature. But it's like we're having to beg these kids to be those dudes.
Well, we had some puppies and we had some dogs. Now, the dogs were the one who's going to make the stops on defense. You knew they were going to throw their body and do whatever they had to do to make that tackle, beat that block. You knew the running backs who was going to make somebody miss, run over somebody, you know, are the ones who was going to bounce to the outside, you know. But, you know, it's not anything that you can teach. It's innate. It has to be in you. Like, give me the ball. I don't want 3rd and 2, you get the ball to Martin Houston. No, give me the rock. You know, you just gotta have that dog in you, that want to, that will to win, that desire to be the best. I mean, you can't teach it.
You know, one of the things that I noticed that I don't see with this team is the level of competition amongst themselves.
That's true.
On the field. Every great team has a level of competition within themselves. You look at the offenses when they had Mark Ingram, Eddie Lacy, Trent Richardson. That was a level of competition amongst them to see who was going to be the best. And they pushed each other. You look at the linebackers, Dante Hightower, Rondo McClain, Courtney Upshaw. They pushed each other. You look at the C.J. Mosley with the Reuben Fosters and all. They pushed each other. The Reggie Ray. There's always been competition. You don't see a lot of competition from this team right now. Have you seen anybody pushing anybody on this team?
That's not evident on game day.
Imagine if we had name, likenesses, images. Boy, we want to win, but I know I'm going to want a nice little deal, so I'm going to really be balling. I remember when I come off the field, like I run the ball, we get down to like the 4 or 5 yard line, and coach would pull me out because I had 3 or 4 runs in a row. Sherman come in, he said, "Appreciate that, Lassic." I was like, man, you gonna let him get my touchdown, coach? You know what I'm saying? So, you know, you gotta. If I wasn't inspired because I just wanted to win, because this is Alabama with great tradition, boy, if I was getting some money for name, image, and likeness, boy,
how would that have changed your game, Kevin?
It changed my game a lot, man. I did it just for fun, like he said. I did it because I love the game. I did it for the University of Alabama, and now, man, they doing it. It just seemed like the team is not together. Period. It seemed like they're on another level. You got some guys want to do it. You got some guys just in there just to be in there, and just seem like they're not. None of the offense does not seem like it's not together, and it doesn't feel like on a Saturday you ready for Alabama football game and you're gonna see a good right now. We see an okay product, but we used to greatness, man, and right now we're not putting greatness on the field.
So there's a thought that came in, and it's about Scott Cochran.
Yeah,
Has the
Louis
loss
Morris.
of him made the difference?
I'm not gonna say Scott made the difference.
No.
I think he was a
It's
compliment
personal
to that.
Want to. Either you want to do it or you don't. Plain and simple. At this level, either you want to do it or you don't. You don't need anybody to motivate you. Hell, every Saturday when you strap that damn helmet on, that should be go kill.
But see, we were motivated a little more because we didn't have the name, image, and likeness, right? So we were playing to get to that next level. If I'm making 6 figures, 7 figures, I kind of lose some of that motivation.
That's
true.
True.
Hey, listen, I don't want to get hurt. I got
You're getting it now.
I got the money in the bank, so you lose some of that dog and hunger. Them boys at Georgia, especially when you've been winning championships like we have, them boys at Georgia are hungry. Yeah, the name, image, and likeness is okay, but we haven't won a natty. And that team over there in Tuscaloosa, Alabama, keeps stealing our shine. So, we got to handle our business.
But not only just that, y'all came up with it's football and nothing.
That's
it's football in jail.
It's
football, like that.
Hey,
that's
man,
what that was.
Whoa, what you mean, football or jail?
Yeah, let's back up on and let's touch on that.
KJ,
for a lot of guys,
KJ got that witness protection profile over there. Now you gonna say it was football or jail? No, that's how you gonna do it, man.
No, man. Y'all know what I'm trying to say.
Hey, hold on.
I'm trying to say y'all wanted football that bad. That's what I'm trying to say.
Hold on. One time. Hey, Stephen, on behalf of the three of us, we all graduated. We all have degrees. Okay, so it wasn't football or jail.
I know this. I'm saying y'all wanted football that bad. That's what I'm saying.
What you're saying is some of us, if football wasn't there for us, the other alternative would have been the streets.
Yeah, for a lot of people, it was a way out.
Yeah,
it saved a lot of us.
It saved my life.
Okay.
Saved my life big time.
Yes, that's what I meant, Marvin. That's what I meant.
Hey, man,
but these guys are forgetting that now. They're feeling more entitled, feel like they're owed that now instead of feeling that way and feeling that eye of the tiger. It's just not. They don't have that chip on their shoulder. They don't feel like they're trying to come out the mud and fight for what they have anymore. It's like they
really ain't got to fight because they getting it. What they fighting for?
But come on, but let's be realistic. $50,000 to $100,000 NIL deal. That wouldn't be enough for me to feel like, okay, I've made it. Oh, hell no.
Marvin.
The first week, Marvin.
We were happy for $50 a week.
Exactly.
on your hat card.
And when you got your Pell Grant check, boy, what you thought we were? We was on cloud nine. We was at the mall.
I was so jealous I couldn't get a Pell Grant. Everybody else lost with that $3,000. I'm like, man, I can't get the money.
They don't know about that SEC check, that special fund check from the ACC that you
get that Pell Grant check. You down Western Sizzling.
They got it all. They got it all right now.
Hey, I used to get my money back though when we had we went to bowl games. They give you the mileage from your home to the bowl site. So I was from New York. So when we went out to Arizona, I made a killing. I made like $3,000. Boy, you know how much $3,000 was back then?
Oh yeah, it was a lot.
We drove to the Orange Bowl. That probably wasn't a good idea.
Especially with your crew.
Kenneth Smith.
That was a horrible idea. We rented a van. I'm not gonna tell you who I was in that van, but we'll just say that was a horrible idea.
Now, I will say this, and I don't know if y'all agree with me or not, but I feel like the Georgia comparisons and the Georgia talk needs to stop. The foregone conclusion that Alabama is going to play Georgia in the SEC championship needs to stop right now, and our focus really needs to be about what's right in front of us.
Yeah, exactly. Worry about Arkansas, Auburn, and damn New Mexico.
I'm realistic. I'm not worried about New Mexico, to be honest with you, but Arkansas and Auburn worried me because if we play like we played the past couple of games, I don't know. I just don't. I don't know. Now, I watch our defense play, Yeah, they did okay. Yeah, they held them to 14 points, but they had their third team offense out there.
Derrick,
Exactly.
that quarterback was terrible. What do you mean they did?
Our quarterback, whose
No,
quarterback?
their quarterback,
Yeah,
LSU's
But
quarterback.
Max
at least
Johnson.
he's their starter. He didn't have any
He's
receivers.
That's
terrible.
true.
He had his third and fourth string receivers to throw to.
Yeah, the
And they
only
still
starters on
wore
that
us out.
offense were him and then Ty Davis Price.
And they still move the ball on us at will.
Here's a good point from
We
Eric
were
Owen.
losing to
Hold
them.
on.
You're saying what
Wasn't
I just
Ty
said.
Davis Price the backup? Because wasn't the starter John Emery, and then Emery got ineligible?
Well, Ty Davis Price has played a majority of the season, so I call him the starter. But here's a good point from Eric Owens. Not sure if these position coaches have relationships with these kids, especially Doug Marrone. That's a different thing to think about. What do you think, guys?
I don't think they know how to relate to these kids. Coming from the NFL, honestly, I don't think they understand what it takes to build these bonds. Derek and KJ can attest to this. In the NFL, it's a business. It's a job. You can't do your job, they're going to find somebody else to come do it. College, some of these kids need a little bit more motivation than others. You got to build relationships with them because some of them still fresh off their mama titty. It's my coach. He said, get the titty out the boy mouth. Some of them need that little bit of boost. And I don't think he's giving them that little bit of boost.
Yeah, well, I would say that if they didn't have any college experience, both of those coaches have college experiences. So they've been there long enough by now to kind of relate to the players. It doesn't take much. You know what motivates different players if you've been coaching for this long. Yeah, college kids, well, it's kind of the same because these kids are getting money now. So,
Right.
man, you don't perform, one, you're not going to play, then you're not going to get the rewards off the field. So, let's put this thing together. Just give me 6, 7 guys who want to block, who want to listen. Tell them to run the ball behind me. I know 73 will do it, but I don't know about the other guys.
I got a question for Eric. I mean, you going by Eric or you going by KJ? What are you going by today, sir?
The witness protection name.
Yeah, I'm trying to. I just want to call him the right name over there. So Eric. All right, but you had great relationships with coaches, and coaches are what made you make the decision you made to go to Alabama.
That's right.
Following your injury and those relationships. So, how important are those relationships with these coaches and these players?
Very, very crucial, man. Without those relationships, man, you feel like you nothing. You got to have that relationship. Coach Oliver, he made it so hard for you at practice, man. But after practice, he come to you and talk to you about why he wants you to be so good, why he's on you so bad, that he's trying to make you be that leader and be that type of guy, be that type of player. But at the time that you out there practicing, you don't feel that. You feel like he's just picking on you. But after practice, he make you feel like he come and love on you, tell you what you're doing wrong, tell you, man, tell you he love you. So, and that thing is, it makes you feel like you needed somebody in your life like that. And you got to have that because you're home away from home and you need somebody to talk to. You need somebody to give you good encouragement on that level, because it could be a hard level. Some kids can handle that, some kids can't. And at the same time, you got to be able to go to that coach and be able to talk to him about your problems or about your situation, what's going on. And it was just a joy to have him with me, especially Coach Dubose. Coach Dubose was my rock. I was leaving Alabama at one time, and if it weren't for that guy, I would have never had a name for myself at Alabama.
That's kind of like what Coach Kroom had with Derek Thomas. Yeah,
that's true. But y'all also had one of the greatest coaches that, as far as relationship building and someone who poured life and invested in you, and that was Coach Stallings. I mean, that guy was hard as hell on the field, but like you and every one of his former players say, he was also like a father to you guys, and you just don't see that right now.
Coach Stallings was the reason why I was at Alabama, man. Like I said, I got hurt my senior year in high school. Last game of my senior year, I tore my knee up to pieces. And Dr. Andrews told people that he didn't know if I was going to play again. And Coach Stallings, I woke up after surgery. Coach Stallings was sitting right beside me and told me he didn't care if I didn't play another snap. he wanted me to be a part of the University of Alabama. And my mama looked at me and said, "You going there, son? No matter what it is, you going there." And that was big to me, you know. And I had 14 offers from different schools. And after that night, that Saturday morning when I woke up, I had one offer. I had one team that was still with me, and that was University of Alabama. So, man, I was grateful. So I knew where I was going after I left junior college. It wasn't even I didn't even talk to anybody. I had a coach from Florida State, Mickey Andrews, drive down 7 hours to talk to me, and I wouldn't even talk to him because I already told him where I was going.
Yeah, no, that's real right there.
You want to piggyback off of that, Derrick, as far as your relationship with Gene and what that meant to you on and off the field?
It's a funny story. My relationship with Coach Stallings was different than most because we were real close because him and my dad were real close. It didn't start out that way. So my dad, it didn't start out that way. So my dad, knowing me from high school, the more I get the ball, the more I get into the game, the better I get. So my dad called Coach Stallings and, he's, talking to him, say, "Hey, Coach, you said you have an open door policy. I can call you when I want to call you. So I'm calling you. And I want to discuss my son's playing time." And then Coach Stallings started going off. "I'm the coach." He said, "Hey, hold on, fella. Hold on. Now, you told me I can call you whenever I want. Now, you going to stand by your word or you not?" And Coach Stallings calmed down. They got to talking. And because I was going to, really, I wanted to leave. But my dad said, "Stick it out. You gave the University of Alabama your word that you were going to attend the University of Alabama," because I was going to transfer a year when Coach Stallings first got there. And my dad taught me in the States. So I was saying to my dad, see how they doing me? They didn't recruit me, so, they have no loyalty to me. But after that, Coach Stallings and my dad developed a great relationship. They would talk every week, unbeknownst to me, though, after that point. I didn't know until after the season was over. My dad said, "Yeah," my Stallings said, "Yeah, me and your dad had a lot of conversation. Boy, your dad is just like I would be with my son. He reminds me a lot of me." And my dad was like Coach Stallings. He's very strict but fair. You did what you were supposed to do, he's going to reward you. But if you didn't, he's going to hold you accountable.
That's what's up. Stephen M., we have a question for you. Are the seniors kicking anybody's butt in practice? We need that leadership.
Well, not being able to go to the practice is because of the whole COVID situation. So all they do is send us videos. Where that's concerned, I really cannot answer that question. As of right now, it doesn't seem like the seniors are ripping anybody in the shape.
Hold on. There you go. Send him down to Alabama.
There's a dog we're looking for.
Send Sparky down there. Send Sparky down the program.
He's ready to tear into somebody.
And look,
he's ready to go after that.
Look, send Sparky on down there, man. Come on down there. Hey, give him a scholarship. Give him a scholarship, man, for real. But yeah, I mean, it's. I don't know what these seniors are doing. To be honest with you, I don't know what these seniors are doing. My thing is, are these guys even hanging out off the field together? Are they bonding together off the field? Are they bowling together? Are they shooting ball together? Are they doing something together? Because that's the biggest part of building that relationship and building that leadership is y'all got to be doing stuff together.
But at the same time, those seniors now, some of them guys didn't even play last year.
That's also true.
Yeah. So how much ability or how much you gonna listen to those guys that haven't played that much?
Right.
Yeah. Because they have the fire. You know what I'm saying? I hear what you're saying.
Exactly.
We got a comment from Louise again. Our talent hasn't changed. We're loaded. The production and mentality has. I'm trying to put together pieces as to why we don't know which team is going to show up on the field from Saturday to Saturday.
Let me handle that.
Yeah, go ahead.
Get Louise. That's my friend, Derrick.
We're loaded, says the recruiting services. You got to go out in the field and prove that you're loaded.
Yes.
Just because you're a 5-star doesn't make you a 5-star when you step on that field. We got a lot of 3 stars and 2 stars that are balling. You listen to me. Look in the NFL. Most of the top rated draft picks are gone after 3 or 4 years. It's those 4th, 5th, 6th round picks that have long careers.
That's true.
Right.
KJ, let me ask you a
Yes.
question, KJ.
Yes, sir.
You're a defensive player.
Yes.
You watch these games, right?
Yeah.
Do you ever see Pete fired up on the sideline?
That's my thing.
How hard would it be to play for a defensive coordinator who's always over there like, yeah, it's okay, guys. Come on.
It's hard. I mean,
When I see him confused. It's like, so
Yes.
yeah, you're right, Marvin.
Like,
And that's my thing.
hold on,
too.
you know what
I
they
like
say
to
though?
coach.
You know what they say? Players are a direct reflection of their coach.
True.
Look at Georgia. Look at Will Muschamp. Look at Kirby. I guarantee you, they digging in their asses every day, whether they right or wrong. They chewing it. Amen.
But at the same time, they give them their
be
praise.
a
too.
nice.
That's
But
true.
you can't be in. How many nice defensive coordinators have you ever known?
I hated my defense coordinator, Coach Oliver, but I
About to
love him at the
say, I know
same
you did.
time.
Hey, but
I
listen,
love him at the same time.
But was he nice? Was he over there on the sideline? What are we doing, guys? Is it
Marvin, this guy he made practice so hard that in game situation it was so easy. He rolled your butt every day, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, and Saturday morning he riding you.
Listen,
And when
man,
the game comes, man, use every formation, every situation, you done did it at practice.
Listen,
you
man,
see
I played under for Ellis Johnson and Jeff Rousey. Jeff Rousey himself was a live wire. You never knew what you was going to get from him.
Coach Rousey was there when I was there.
Coach Rousey was there when I was there. He was crazy
man,
too.
Listen, man, if you were not motivated to go play after that man coached you, you had issues, man. And then, you talk about Ellis Johnson. Ellis was not a nice coach at all. He was a good coach, but he wasn't. We're in practice one day.
Oh Lord, I knew it was coming too.
Salim Rashid.
Here
Salim
we
in
go.
the wrong.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Salim in the wrong place. And Salim a Muslim. Well, all we heard was, God damn it, Mohammed, get your ass in the B gap.
Couldn't do that now though.
Hey, Marvin. Hey, D. Lassic.
Yes, sir.
Coach Dubose used to try to fight defensive linemen all the dang time.
Mike Myers.
Boy,
Listen,
Coach
man.
Dubose was off the chain. Hey, listen. So every year before the Iron Bowl, one of the coaches would do the
report?
day before. No, the day before after our dinner, they would come up and do a little presentation. And they run a slide of the year and everything, and they usually play that Phil Collins song, "I Can Feel It Come." Man,
Yeah.
Coach Dubose got up there that one year. I promise you, I was ready to play right after that. After that video went off. I mean, he could motivate you. Coach Dubose knew how to motivate players.
Yeah, Coach.
Lad,
Yeah, Coach Dubose had that voice that will make you jump through the wall for him.
KJ, one day we were in practice and he was talking. I ain't gonna say what player he was talking to, but he was messing up bad. He was getting his ass killed. All you heard do was say, "Your mama should have swallowed."
Wow.
Wow.
Hey.
Hey, speaking of motivation, MFR Jones thinks that you guys need to be on the sidelines motivating these guys on Arkansas and Auburn week.
Oh,
Yeah, you can't put your hands on players, so that wouldn't work. Someone needs to show. They need some old school coaching, man.
Week 0, Petty says that Pete Golden looks like he rolls out of Gillette seat into the stadium.
He looks like a frat boy, pretty much.
Hey, you can't do that old school coach. As soon as you do that old school coaching, they going into the transfer portal.
Man, and you saw old boy from Washington when they was into it with Oregon. He smacked the player with his paper on his helmet and pushed him back. They just suspended him for a game. See, back then that was common practice when we played. What you mean?
Could you imagine what's the dude from Ohio State who quit during like the game?
Yeah.
Yeah.
During the game, could you
linebacker.
imagine that? We would have got him. The coach wouldn't have to worry about him.
He would have made it to the locker room.
You don't do that, man. You wait until after the game. If you want to
But
quit, then you quit.
But you can't do that now. This generation is so soft. They want to be pacified, man. You can't give them that old school coaching that we had. You can't do that to them. Because again, they'll be in the transfer portal. Coach gonna be on the news, suspended, all of the above. They say it's a different day and age. Basically, you're trying to make football soft. If you playing football, there's no room for soft in football. You don't win with nice guys. I'm sorry. If you want to do something soft, they got table tennis. Regular tennis. They even got a damn video esports league now. 10,000 things you can go do.
Did y'all see the video on Twitter? Former Bama D-line coach Bo Davis cussing everybody out from Texas. I mean, he cussing the whole team out on the bus. It was so refreshing watching that video. Bo Davis, man. I mean, Bo was angry too.
As
he should be, because they defense, they shouldn't even show up their defense.
They've blown leads.
Rolando McClain used to do that to the offense when they were having 3 and outs.
I miss Bo Davis so much.
Before we turn it over to Stephen M. Smith to talk about this week, this press conference from Coach Saban, he finally says this is not Alabama football. So in your minds, what exactly does that mean? And I want to hear from all of you. Go ahead, Derrick. I'll start with you.
Oh, you ain't gonna say the best for last, huh?
You feel like you fired up, man.
No, Alabama football is, first of all, the teams are going to be intimidated before they even step onto the field, because they watch our game film. We hit on defense. We come off the ball on the offensive line. Our running backs are running hard downhill. Our wide receivers are going up, making spectacular catches. We're going to put fear in your heart before you step on the field. We don't have that now. Everybody coming in thinking they can win, especially after that Texas A&M game.
Yeah, you're right. KJ, what you got?
Like Derrick said, man, physical, toughness, hard nose, getting after their ass all the time, in and off on special teams, offense, defense, and just playing football the way football's supposed to be played, man. And right now we're not doing that. And they already know when they come into Alabama, we're going to have a good product on the field, and we're going to get after their butt 60 minutes all day long. And right now, we're not doing that. We're missing something. I have no idea what we're missing, but right now we are missing a lot of things, not just on defense, it's on offense too. And we got to do a better job of bringing this product back up where the standard's supposed to be at.
Right. Marvin, I'll let you be the final one to make the assessment.
I'm ready to hit it, man.
I am too.
When you look at what the product of what Alabama football really is, you got to go back. You look at the Johnny Musos, the EJ Juniors, the Woodrow Lowe's, the Eddie Lowe's, the Terry Jones Sr., Big T. You got to go look at all of them. You talking tight ends, Todrick Malone. You talking about West at receiver. You talking about K. Lee, all those boys, David Palmer. You got your Freddie Millers. You look at all your offensive linemen, your Chris Samuels, all those guys, all DJ Fluker, the Warmacks, all those first-round picks. We don't have that right now. We got one player, Evan Neal. We got B-Rob. We got 2 players that we can say are solid. But outside of those 2 on that offense, what do we really have that's solid? We have a lot of drop balls. You look at Texas A&M, drop balls. You look at last week against LSU, Messi, drop balls. So it's hard to say that our receivers are living up to the Alabama standard as many passes as they're dropping. Now, when you go to the defensive side of the ball, when is the last time you've seen the Alabama defense get pushed around the way this defense does? You think about it. People run the ball at will on our defense. They throw the ball at will. You look at the fourth quarter of this last game against LSU. 3 times they were threatening to score on us. 3 times in the fourth quarter alone, they were close to scoring on us. 3 times in the fourth quarter with backups, and more backups. Not even their starters. And they gave us all they wanted and then some. There's no pride, if you ask me. To be successful in football, KJ and Derrick will tell you, it has to be a level of pride. If it's not important to you, if you don't care about it, you'll never be great at it. Your team will never bond. You will never jail if it's not important to you. And that goes back to the level of pride. That goes back to team building. That goes back to bonding with your brothers, bonding with your coaches, trusting each other. If there's no pride, this is the direct result of not having pride. And we see how that's going now. Now, moving forward, what's going to happen? If we don't get it together, Arkansas and Auburn are going to give us all we want. And it's going to be a long 365 wait until next year with a bunch of people talking about what they wish should have happened, could have, wish should have, could have. It shouldn't be no wish should have, could have. You got 5 number 1 recruiting classes in there together. 5. So don't say the talent's not there. Quit saying that they're young. If you have 5 number 1 recruiting classes back to back to back to back, it's some damn juniors and some seniors in there that's 5 stars. Right. So why is it not translating?
Drop the mic right there. You're right.
And I guess before I get into looking at this game, I look back at one statement Nick Saban said when he first got here. We want to be a team that other folks say, I hate playing against those guys. And right now, it's not that. Every team loves playing against Alabama. It's gotten easy. It's gotten real easy playing against Alabama. And this is why you have the people like you guys and the people as common fans saying, we're not proud of this product. When Saban first stepped off the plane in 2007 and he looked at everybody, he said, we're going to give you a product you can be proud of. And for the most part, Saban has answered the bell on that product. But these last few years, the people are saying, hey, Nick, Coach Nick, yo, Nick, we ain't happy with this.
But hold on. Here's my question to you. You see Florida, what do? They firing people in the middle of the season. Nebraska, firing people. Why the hell we ain't fired? Why does Pete still have a damn job? Listen,
because we're
Pete
still
might be
winning.
the worst.
Still winning. That's why
we winning. Derrick, hold on.
We may need to. Well, I don't want that to happen. But that's what needs to happen for a coach to either demote him or fire him.
All right, Derrick. So as of this was last week before this past week, we were giving up 20.62 points a game, 35th in the FBS. Total yards allowed, 306.1. 15th in the FBS. Passing yards per game, 219. We were 55th in all of college football in pass defense going into last week. Come on, man.
Hey, let me throw another stat in there.
Ever been the Alabama standard?
Let me throw another stat in there. On the offensive side of the ball, we are towards the bottom in sacks given up.
Oh, and we're almost last in the SEC in sacks anyway. There's so many other schools in the SEC. We're almost last in the SEC in sacks as well.
On our defense, though, we've lost a lot of great juniors to the draft. This is when you lose your juniors and they don't come back for your senior year, you kind of deplete your squad. So that's part
Derrick,
of it.
But hold on. But Derrick, the thing is that 1 year didn't count. So you got all these super seniors. And again, you signed five number 1 recruiting classes in a row. So there shouldn't be any issues of talent. 5 number 1 recruiting classes together.
But you get experience by playing. A lot of these guys that were 4 and 5 stars haven't played yet, so they lack the experience. So the guys that are juniors that went into the league would be seniors now, leading those younger kids. So we've lost some of that leadership.
But I can't say being young is an excuse, because here's the thing. My recruiting class was the second full recruiting class, because we were on probation. 97 was the first full recruiting class coming out of probation, and mine was the second. So we were still
on probation.
Huh?
Why was on probation? We was on probation?
Yeah, we was on probation in 95, 96. Yeah, y'all stuff y'all were doing. Y'all were doing.
That was when Langham signed that napkin.
Oh, Langham, Langham.
That NIL deal.
Langham got in trouble again.
But we got punished in 95.
I don't want to hear y'all say Langham's got y'all in trouble.
But here's my point, though. My recruiting class was the second full recruiting class. So we were limited on scholarships. But that next year, we went out there and won the SEC. We laid the law down with our limited scholarships, playing mostly freshmen and damn sophomores, and won the SEC. Because we were young, we were hungry, and we went out there and kicked ass. We weren't taking no excuses. We didn't being young didn't mean nothing.
Who were the seniors who were the senior leaders in that class, though?
On offense or on defense?
Either one.
On offense, Chris Samuels and Sean. Well, Chris, because nobody really listen to Sean. Because Sean
no,
Chris Samuels.
we're allowed to tackle him.
And
So
then on defense, there were no seniors on defense. This guy was the leader. The damn we didn't have any seniors on defense. We didn't have any juniors on it. It was pretty much all sophomores and freshmen with a handful of juniors. Pretty much all freshmen and sophomores. Kenny King was a freshman. Jared Johnson was a freshman. Kendall Moorhead, sophomore. Me, sophomore. Gerald Dixon, freshman. Salim Rashid, freshman. Miguel Mary, junior. That's what I'm saying. We were young, but we were hungry. We went out there and we kicked ass young.
That's it right there. It comes down to pride.
Yep. And I wasn't going to let them go out there and not. All right, you going out here with me, you better come on. You ain't going out here with me to do this. We going out here to do this job. We going to do this job the right way.
And like I said earlier, man, young ends for me in games 9 and 10. That's when you guys show me something as a leader, man. Young, you say that games 1, 2, and 3, not games 9 and 10.
Yeah. And, coming off a bye, you would expect them to be fresh and out there and enthusiastic, or sometimes it could hurt you taking that week off, but you would think they would get fresh and, kind of
they'll start slow.
Yeah, you started a little slow, but I thought we were going to pick it up a little more offensively in the second half, but I was surprised the way our offense performed.
Let me ask y'all a question. To me, it seems like we're not progressing, we're regressing, and somebody else just brought that point up. It seems like our team is going in the opposite direction than they should be going. Usually, when you have issues like that, there's the issues within your ranks.
But this is the first game offensive. This is the first game offensively. We didn't really run the ball well. I mean,
but we struggled against Texas A&M. Against Florida, first quarter, yes. First quarter against Florida. After the first quarter against Florida, we didn't score again, I don't think. We struggled those last 3 quarters against Florida. Texas A&M, we struggled. Listen, so it hadn't always been pretty now.
Yeah.
Oh, there's been some struggles, but a lot of people just overlook them because of the end result.
So Marvin, you tell me those 5 stars that we getting, are they true 5 stars?
Hell, they can't be. Man, they need to reevaluate the recruiting system. Because listen, I kid you not, there's no way for you to say that we have the #1 recruiting class every year for the product that we're putting on the field.
You know what they're saying in the recruiting circle? Every time a 4-star gets commits to Alabama, he gets a bump to a 5-star. That's what a lot of analysts say.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I have Georgia fans, and that's what they tell me.
But even still, as a 4-star, you should be bringing enough to the table to where it's competitive.
Oh, yeah. We got enough 5 stars to be competitive on any team.
Well, let's go ahead and turn it over to Stephen N. Smith, if you would, man, and preview us for what should we expect for the New Mexico State game. And
really, man. That game's 11 o'clock in the morning, man.
Well, I'm just saying, what do we need to see that's going to make any of us feel just a little bit better? I like Derek's idea. Just run the ball the whole time.
Okay.
I say play a lot of the freshmen. Play a lot of these young guys.
Yep.
I'm gonna get that, Marvin. Number 1, shutout. These boys shouldn't get a field goal. These boys should not get a field goal. So number 1, a shutout. Number 2 is Doug Marrone. Like Derek said, we got to get 4 of the linemen on the field. Can we get 4 of the linemen that want to play ball on the field with Evan Neal? And once you get them 4 of the linemen, run the ball as much as you need. Run the ball the whole game. Run the ball the whole game. I'm probably giving Bryce Young maybe 10 passes, 10, 15 at the most, running the ball the whole game. Then here we go. Full, complete game. Penalties, no miscues, no errors. You run the ball majority of the whole game, 15 passes for Bryce Young, and then get these young cats out there because people want to see a Jai Hall out there. They want to see Ja'Cory Brooks out there. They want to see more Kool-Aid McKinstry out there. I want to see Terrion Arnold myself. So get more of these young guys involved in the game so we can see this greatest class ever that people have been talking about since the spring.
Matter of fact, one of those guys just left. Marcus Banks has entered the transfer portal.
I knew that was going to happen when Saban went to Kool-Aid over him to start the game against LSU because Josh Jobe had a toe issue. So when that happened, I kind of knew that Marcus was going to go.
I got you. Well, before we close things out, I want to turn it over to Marvin real quick. If you would promote 40 Plus Strong and the T-shirts, give us an update on all that.
Before we do that, I just want to commend Marvin. Marvin don't care what nobody got to say. Marvin gonna get his point across. Like, folks have been slinging the dart at Marvin for these shirts. I gotta commend Marvin for this,
Marvin,
man.
Marvin, I'm still part owner of the company, ain't I?
Hey, what you want?
You
What
know
you
a
want?
T-shirt company.
Yeah, man, what you want? Now, it's been a lot of heat now. I'm just going to tell you.
Hey, I can take the heat.
All right.
I need you to add Maroni in there.
but,
I need you to add Maroni in there.
Hey, for real though, I gotta commend Marvin for that, man. Hey, I gotta commend Marvin on that.
Hey, man, y'all don't understand the hate mail and everything. Woo, boy. Hey, listen, boy, y'all don't understand the level of heat, boy. But like I always tell people, if I didn't wholeheartedly believe in what I was saying, I wouldn't say it. And Justin, you and Steve both know I've been saying this for 2.5 years.
It's Miami.
I've been saying it the entire time. Now it's just to the point to where everybody else is seeing it because there's no longer Steve Sarkisian here to overshadow Golding's shortcoming by running up the score on people. Now you see Bill O'Brien running more of an NFL style set that's not going to run the score up on people. So we need to rely on our defense a lot more. And unfortunately, the more they're on the field, the more you see their shortcomings.
Absolutely right. Well, Derrick and KJ,
I'm gonna get one of them.
Yeah.
Just text me, man. Just text me your address. I got you.
And when y'all come on the next show, we fully expect you to be wearing those shirts. But yeah, Derrick, KJ, man, we really appreciate you guys coming on, man. Had a good time as always. If you would, man, plug yourselves before we let you go.
I don't have no.
You're on social media.
Yeah, I'm on social media, but I don't really, say. I'm Derrick Lassic. Hey, any builders, contractors, people in the building business, any alumni of Alabama, contact me. I'm starting my building company, so I'm gonna need all the help and guidance I can get.
D
That's
Lassic, holla at man. I can get you the wood, homie.
Bam.
There you go, right here on the show.
Hey, Eric Rhett told me you got to start using your connections, Lassic. So yeah.
Well, my neighbor's a builder, so if you need somebody to talk to, he's been doing it for over 20 years.
Now, where you here still?
I'm in Lawrenceville. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, my neighbor, he builds huge subdivisions. You talking about getting to the money? He's getting to the money.
Yeah, I'm building up in Jackson, up right above in Brazelton.
Yeah. Okay. So you be on the north side a lot then.
Yeah.
So man, if you want a good contractor to talk to, he's been doing it for over 20 years, and he builds beautiful subdivisions.
Okay.
Sticking in that same area.
You got
my number's still the same, man. It's been saying since '98, baby. I ain't running from nobody.
Since those Nokia days, huh?
Hey,
Justin, you're in Mississippi. You still have a Nokia.
No, we have two strings, a string and two cans. But anyway, if you need somebody to sell it, another Bama Sci-Fi guy, Cyrus Jones, over there in the ATL area. His number's on the screen.
Receiver?
What's that?
Which Cyrus Jones is that? The receiver?
The receiver turned DB.
The receiver turned DB.
Yeah. What was his number? 26, 13?
No, 5.
Close.
He was a smart guy.
Just visible.
Oh yeah, he was smart. I see luxury real estate. I need to holler at him.
Yes, sir.
He's on the north side too. I'm gonna tell you, he up here.
All you need is right here in this show. But anyway, guys, thank y'all for coming on. Great show. Roll Tide.
Roll Tide.
Kill New Mexico.